Hey guys, this is Isha.
I am Maya.
And welcome.
Welcome to the Bang Show.
What are we doing?
Before we begin, please subscribe to this channel.
I forgot about that.
Turn your bell notification on.
Please do.
So today we're gonna react to the fact that we didn't know about India.
15 things or 15 facts that you did not know about India. So we've been reacting to Indians content for the past about 2 to 3 months. There are probably some things that we know, some things that we probably don't know. So we're going to discover more things that we did not know about India through this content or this video. So before we begin, can you guess what are the one thing that you probably didn't know about India?
How can I say if I don't know?
Just guess.
How can I say if I don't know?
I think population we already know. The number of movies they produce in a year.
Yeah, we already
kind of guess, no? The number ones, the big stars we already.
The tribe, the ethnicity.
I think we already know.
Yeah, about it.
I wonder what else.
What else? Yeah? What else that India can surprise us?
Check it out. Ini bukan dari kita kan?
15 things you didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the sponsor.
The sponsor of the video.
Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
Ini iklan ya ini.
Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to another fascinating video. Today we're looking at an incredible facts you didn't know about the 7th largest country in the world, India. With a population of over 1 billion people, India is one of the most influential and powerful countries in the world. Its cultural history is particularly complex and detailed, spanning 4,500 years of predominantly Hindu philosophy and theology. Thousands of years later, modern India is profoundly
video shotnya
with its
mahal.
own colossal film industry, a diverse population, and an astonishingly big workforce. Because alux.com is dedicated to becoming the world's best resource on the most interesting countries and destinations, we couldn't wait to bring you 50
Isn't it
things
probably like a travel website, yeah?
I know, yeah. Yeah, kayaknya sih. Bollywood.
Number 1. Bollywood's highest grossing film made 27 times more than Hollywood's highest grossing film.
Wow.
Every 600 films Hollywood produces, Bollywood will make 1,000. They're the most profitable films too when you compare the numbers. Hollywood's highest grossing film was 2009's Avatar, which made $2.8 billion at the box office. In stark contrast, the Bollywood film 3 Idiots brought in $76.81 billion. Now that's a profit.
76.
Number 2. Shampoo was invented in the 16th century.
I did not know what it
Derived
said.
from the Sanskrit shampoo, which means massage. The concept of shampooing was invented in India in the 16th century. Herbs and natural ingredients were used then, rather than today's combination of modern chemicals and fragrances. In particular, gooseberry, sapindus, and fruit pulp. When colonial visitors came to India, they brought the practice of shampooing and hair washing back with them to Europe.
That's why it known
Number 3.
worldwide.
Diamonds were first mined in India, and it was the world's greatest producer.
Aku pikir
India was the
Afrika.
most productive diamond mining country in the world until diamonds were found in Brazil in the 18th century. There are now 3 active diamond mines in India, and the famous Kohinoor diamond was found in the 13th century. The 793-carat stone went from person to person and was eventually acquired by Queen Victoria during the British Raj in India. Number 4. Elephants in Kerala can treat themselves to a spa day.
Nice.
The Swarkata Elephant Yard Rejuvenation Center provides elephants with baths, massages, and soothing pamper sessions.
That's
The
nice.
spa caters to 59 clients and is a way to give back to the sacred animal. Elephants play an important role in
elephant is a
Kerala's
sacred animal, yeah.
procession.
Okay, cow, yeah?
It's a
Yeah.
significant feature of the region, so they deserve a massage every now and then.
Okay.
Number 5. The largest religious gathering in
Oh, yeah,
India
this one I know.
seen from space. Kumbh Mela is a Hindu pilgrimage which takes people to the banks of the Ganges every 12 years. The major event involves ritualistic bathing, devotional singing, religious discussion, and feeding the poor. The attendance figures had to be capped at 75 million, making it the largest pilgrimage on Earth. Number 6. Ancient Indian civilization is the oldest in the world. We often look to ancient Greece and ancient Egypt, But Indian civilization dates back to 2400
BC.
when it was split into 16 monarchies known as the Mahajanapadas. There are even authenticated human remains that date back to 30,000 years in South Asia. The oldest Hindu texts were written between 2000 and 500 BC, as well as the first texts on science, medicine, and astronomy. We actually owe the number 0 to Indian mathematics who created the concept. Number 7. India is home to every major world religion and doesn't have a national language. Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and Sikhism all have a place in Indian society, with the most dominant being Hinduism and Islam, covering 80% and 14% of the population, respectively. Judaism has existed in India for the last 2,215 years, and some of these smaller religions also featured, including Jain, Zoroastrian, and Baha'i. India also doesn't have a single national language because 1,650 dialects are spoken across the different regions. Number 8. A polling station is set up for just one voter in the Gir Forest at every election.
I've heard about this.
Marant Barandas Deshandas gets his local polling station entirely to himself because he's the only resident of Gir Forest. He's been voting in Indian elections since 2004 and never misses one now that he has his own personal polling station. Mahant is the caretaker for the one temple in the forest in Gujarat, a home he shares with the rare Asiatic lion. Number 9. The Indian government has used scaffolding to hide the Taj Mahal when airstrikes are predicted. During the Second World War and the Indian-Pakistan wars, scaffolding was put up around the distinctive domes of the Taj Mahal to make it less obvious from above. They feared strikes by the Japanese Air Force during World War II, so hid their most famous landmark. More recent threats to the Taj Mahal include the rising levels of the Yamuna River, which has cracked the tomb underneath the structure. There have been predictions that the tombs could collapse at any time. Check out our video, 15 Most Expensive Man-Made Attractions in the World, to find out what ranks along the stunning Taj Mahal. Number 10. Indians invented navigation, yoga, the world's cheapest car, and thorium-based nuclear power. Indian society can take credit for some of the most important inventions.
Gokil juga.
They were the first to create the concept of navigation over 6,000 years ago, using rivers and seas. Yoga was created 5,000 years ago and has roots in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The world's cheapest car, the Tata Nano, which costs around 100,000 rupees, the equivalent of $1,400. And India is the home of the first next-generation thorium reactor. The country is aiming to produce 30% of its electrical power with thorium by 2050. Number 11. You can stay at the former Indian royal residence for $88,000. $88,000. Lap of luxury. Forget Paris and forget Dubai. India is the home of the most stunning palaces in the world. Once the home of the Maharajas, there are opulent palaces throughout the country, with some dating back hundreds of years. The Kumarakam Lake Resort hosted Prince Charles's 65th birthday, and the 450-year-old Samod Palace in Jaipur has hosted famous faces from all over the world. Number 12. King Jai Singh of Alwar snubbed Rolls-Royce in the best possible way. India has a long and colorful history of quirky monarchies and extravagant kings and queens. The King of Alwar in northeast India was insulted by a Rolls-Royce salesman when he visited a showroom in London. A very proud man, he ordered a whole fleet of Rolls-Royce cars and gave them to the city's waste department so they could use them to transport rubbish throughout the city. Number 13. 1 million Indians are millionaires.
Wow.
India has one of the most dramatic wealth gaps in the world, with 35% of the country living below the poverty line. Those who live way above it live a very different kind of life. The richest Indian in the world is Mukesh Ambani, who has a net worth of $53 billion. The 59-year-old made his money in the oil and gas industry, and his billion-dollar home recently made headlines because he chose to build a 27-story skyscraper instead of a sprawling mansion. Number 14. The first account of plastic surgery was found in an ancient Sanskrit text. One of the first medical texts was the Sushruta Samhita, which can be dated back to the 6th century CE. It's one of the very first examples of a medical text and discusses surgery, incisions, skin grafts, and nose reconstruction. Britain's first nose job wouldn't be performed until 1814, a worrying 80 years before the Sushruta Samhita would be translated. Number 15. One of India's most extravagant weddings.
Ini baru recently nih.
It was too extravagant. Lasting 5 days and costing $74 million, the wedding of the daughter of a prominent businessman made headlines in 2016 for all the wrong reasons. The $2.5 million wedding sari, Bollywood royalty in attendance, and gold Bangalore palace setting was denounced as an obscene display of wealth. Millions of Indians live in poverty, so the wedding was criticized for being in poor taste. There are many stereotypical images of India, but there's so much more to this incredible country than many of us know. The center of many industries and the world's biggest democracy, India has influenced art, literature, science, and medicine potentially more than any other nation. If you could take a trip to this beautiful, fascinating country, where would you find yourself? In a gorgeous Maharaja's palace, surrounded by palm trees and
if we have the
money, the budget.
Interesting. That's it, right? Kayaknya udah coba maju. Kayaknya udah gak ada apa lagi deh.
About 40% of the Indian population is vegetarian, making it the largest veggie population in the world. Many choose to not eat meat for spiritual and religious reasons, with beef and pork products often ruled out of their diet. Vegetarianism is so influential that KFC, McDonald's, and Pizza Hut had to introduce vegetarian menus for their Indian franchises to cater to the population. The country with the fewest vegetarians is Portugal, where just 1.8% of the population have cut meat from their diet. Thank you for spending some time with us, Luxor. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you
And that was 15 facts. I think it was 16 actually.
Yeah, 16 and even more because she kept talking.
Okay, so basically, I mean, the video itself, I'm actually quite amazed with which facts kind of like intrigue the most. For me, it was the elephant spa.
Yeah, elephant spa is cool.
No, because I don't know. Do you know Nadia Hutagalung?
Nadia Hutagalung.
Nadia Hutagalung is an elephant wildlife activist.
Yeah, activist. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been protecting the elephants. And so it's nice to see because like we've been hearing about how this wildlife have been killed one by one, you know, because it's almost to the verge of extinct because they are being hunted for their ivory. Gitu. So it's nice to see, and actually India also has. It's nice to see those elephants are being taken care of. The cows are being taken care of
But
because
that's also because it's a sacred animal.
It is a sacred animal, and also I've been seeing a lot of dog rescues videos and from India.
I know. I watched one of our travel vlogger. He kind of rescue puppies in India.
You know, there's one.
What's about that?
There's one video that shows like the video. The puppy was soaked in oil. So a lot of these Indian volunteers are helping out. So it's very nice. Actually, India, the Indian country is taking care of its wildlife. So I thought that was very, very cool because me myself, I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover. So it was pretty cool. Which other facts that kind of
the most interesting one for me is that India has no national language, and that kind of makes me wonder how can they communicate between one ethnic and the other.
One thing that before I ask you, what languages that you know from India that we've been reacting? Tamil,
Malayan, Tamil, Malayan, and then what else?
Telugu.
Telugu, yeah, that's
Telugu.
it. I think that's 3 that I know.
Something like that. Anyway, so that intrigues you the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we here in Indonesia, we have a lot of ethnicity, but we have one national language.
Bahasa
so that when we go
Indonesia.
to the rural place, we can talk in Indonesia.
Yeah.
How about in India? Can you guys tell us?
Yeah, because we don't know what is the life is like to be living in India. Because the one that we've been seeing is a lot more through the screen of our monitor, of our TV screens. But after watching that, it kind of opens up our mind a little bit. Because like one thing that kind of intrigues me, of course, like Indonesia also have a very high economic gap.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure how many rich people are there.
How many
rich people are there in Indonesia? But to see that one guy who built a 27 story,
oh my, that's kind
mind blowing, mind blowing, and also the Hollywood versus Bollywood one. That was kind of intriguing actually, because I thought that was like. Like in our mind, like Hollywood is like the biggest thing when it comes to movie industry, and the number is actually nothing comparing to the Bollywood, the Indian movie. And after reacting to movie trailers from India or any scenes from India, I was like, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
So anyway, guys. Nevertheless, we learn once again every week. We learn new things about India. You guys keep on like mind blowing us. Take it easy. Slow down. We still got a lot of ways to go. So thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. See ya.
Bye.